Okay, so I was talking about and came back, that we always try to make like, we're not worth it, da, 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 whatever. So all I have to tell you is that you are worth it. God has a big plan for your life. No, you can't see it, because if you would see it, you will mess it up. I'm making some beans. I mean, if you would go to the Bible and really discover who you are, the purpose God has for you. One thing, God has a purpose for you, and He can use you, but He can use anybody else. If you don't want God to use you for His glory, for big things, then you know what? What can I say? He'll have somebody that is willing, but God loves you. He doesn't need you. He loves you. His love is unconditional. Honey, and this goes for me too. Because I have to be telling myself, God doesn't need you, honey. He loves you. Don't get it twisted, Like, I'm just telling you the tea. Like, the other day I was telling my nieces, I told my brother, boy, do you want me to tell you the tea? And they were like, yeah, you're almost 40. And they were just laughing. But, if people tell you you're not worth it, I'm telling you, you're worth it. If you have gone to drugs and you're still standing, guess what? You're more than a conqueror with Jesus Christ, because you're standing. If you had some addiction, if you slipped, if you were a drug addict, if you were a prostitute, if you were an adulteress, if you were whatever, God can still has you in the palm of His hands. He will turn the situation around, honey. I don't know how. He has done it for me, but He can do it with you too. And this is the thing, that He will change the situation for His glory. You're going to be like the motto to modern. The person's like, let's say, it's like whenever you want to go to a doctor and, what was wrong with you? Oh, I had this. Oh, really? Well, let me go to the doctor because he's a good doctor. Or what did He do for you? God is a doctor. He's a healer. He's the only one that can heal your heart, your past pains, your shame. Oh, yeah. O sea, my mom todo el tiempo me dice, ¿tú no tienes vergüenza? Le dije, claro que no, está en la cruz, comadre. O sea, ¿cómo la voy a tener si Jesucristo ya fue por eso de la cruz? O sea, ¿cómo yo voy a cargar con algo que ya se me quitó? Because you know what? A lot of people think, pues, o sea, yo hice esto. The enemy wants you to think that. And God says He has new mercies. God said you don't have because you don't ask. Honey, so you ask God to take that shame away and glorify Him, for Him to glorify it in your life. Glow. Fly, so you can fly. O sea, like the eagles. So I've never seen a chicken fly, honey, but she can. No, well, I'm sorry. I'm cooking. So, what I'm saying is, give your life to Christ. It is not boring. God is not a boring God. God, sometimes we don't feel like making things. You have to realize it's not about feelings. No, it's not about feelings. It's about knowing the truth. And the truth would set you free. Free from bondage. Free from, oh, I feel like this. You feel like this? It's like when you feel like not going to work, but you go to work. It's the same thing, honey. You go to work for God. You go do that. You go show Daddy, Jesus, brother Jesus, that you're going to do it. Because you know what? All the stuff that happened, He already knew it was going to happen. How can I say it? It's like if your house needs remodeling and it's a hot mess, like hot mess in hell, You know, how are you going to send somebody to go rebuild your home if it doesn't need remodeling? Sometimes your house looks like it doesn't need remodeling, but there's got to be a change. And you're like, what are they trying to do to this house, honey? Well, God changes your life from one minute to another. Sometimes things happen. A divorce, a death.